What's up, guys? Good to see you back for another episode of our series. It means a whole lot to us that you guys keep coming back. You leave comments, you say a lot of nice things, you leave a lot of encouragement. We really appreciate that. Jessica's not here with me at the moment. She is across the country visiting family, but I'm here editing, getting a bunch of stuff done, and welcoming new viewers to our series. Look, I would love it, and you would love it too, I think, if you hit the subscribe button down below this video window, and keep coming back every few weeks for some episodes. We have a lot of fun here. We do a lot of traveling. We tell a lot of fart jokes and other jokes that some people aren't into, but we are, and that's what's important, I think, right? Hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you back. A few little things of house cleaning. Just want to let y'all know everything that you are seeing happen this season happened last year. I'm filming this right now, May 5th, 2018, Cinco de Mayo. With all that being said, just so you know, all this stuff that's happening in this season happened last year. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this stuff, and feel free to comment based on that little tidbit of knowledge. So with all that out of the way, let's talk about this next episode. In the last episode, Jessica and I were running some errands around Flagstaff, Arizona, after having finished at the Overland Expo West. And then we were going to start heading towards northern Arizona and exploring Kaibab National Forest and the north rim of the Grand Canyon. And that's what this episode is about. And I promise you, there are some really incredible and beautiful places that we visit. And I highly recommend that you get out there and check out this part of the country. So without further ado, let's get started. Times were good as we set off towards the north rim of the Grand Canyon. We'd just spent a few days at the Overland Expo in Flagstaff, Arizona, where great companies like Dead Man Off-Road and Warren Industries offered us products and an ongoing collaboration. For us, it was confirmation that many of our efforts on social media were bearing fruit, as we've always wanted to work with great brands that make clutch gear for overlanders. But not only did we start new relationships, we also were able to load a new tune on Ripley that made her run so much better. And now, with all of our errands out of the way, we were ready to set off towards the North Rim and other parts unknown. We're currently in Kaibab National Forest, I think that's how you pronounce that, on a road called Burma Road. We're looking for a good camp spot up here, trying to get as high as we can. It's a 24-mile road that's steep and windy. That usually means fun. There are some incredible views. Is that a little road there? That was a little road. The road was rocky, and the rattling from the washboards soon made our butts numb. And it also reminded us that it was nearly dinner time and stopping exploring for the day needed to become a priority. We drove a few more miles down the windy forest road looking for the perfect camp spot with no luck. This road is, I don't know, maybe it's got promise, right? We're going out far.
Yeah.
Barely a track that you can follow, but just enough there,
Yeah.
The colors are so beautiful. But then, as the sun began to set, we were rewarded for our persistence. Wow, dude. I think we're gonna hit pay dirt out here.
Yeah.
Wow. And the sun's gonna rise right behind those mesas. It's gonna be so beautiful. Although it was later than we liked to arrive, the camp spot we found was spectacular. And so we set about doing our evening ritual, where Jessica cooks a delightful meal, I wash dishes, and then I go outside and set up an astrolapse of the stars. For your viewing pleasure, of course. Trying to stay in shape on the road, so every morning we get up and we run, not even a mile because we're fat and weak, and then we do calisthenics. Is there a different word for that? Because that's a stupid word. And then we do some yoga. Well, Jessica does yoga and I mostly just flop around on a mat. Hey Petunya, you wanna go potty? Come on, let's go outside. Come on, old lady. Come on, let's go. That one's taking a shit. So what's going on here?
She seems to have walked herself into a cactus.
Uh-oh. Let's see that one.
So she's got them all over. This one's in her tail, but actually the heart is still in here.
Uh-oh.
I'm just hoping they're not breaking off in there. It's hard to tell.
Oh, that one's deep, huh?
That's like the one that her other paw was. I'm sorry, baby. There's one up here too.
Petunya, it's okay.
It's okay. She's sitting in front of this here now. I'm just trying to get you away. There we go. See, it's all
It's
good.
okay, Petunya. Good girl.
It's all good. It's okay. You're a good girl.
This is what we live for. Quiet sunrises that welcome the winds that have combed these vast western landscapes for eons. In all of it, there's an abiding stillness. And when we find these spots out in the middle of nowhere, in between the start and the destination, it further validates that this choice of full-time travel we made years ago was the best decision we ever made. Although, it hasn't come without some downsides. So what's going on?
I'm having more and more trouble getting into first gear.
Uh-oh. Shit. Double clutch it?
It's like I can... Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I haven't had this much trouble though.
I haven't either.
It's been getting worse and worse, and right now we're just not, there we go, able to get it.
The shift linkage in our van had been a problem since day one. Back when we were in Tennessee, we'd had the linkage adjusted, but it seemed that after so much dirt road driving, the rattling and vibrations had finally undone the progress we made on that front. The issue was intermittent and would always fix itself right around the time we were ready to get under the van and fix it. So we decided to just leave it alone and continue our journey to the Grand Canyon.
Good morning. Last night's camping operation was a resounding success. And now we are leaving our way back out of this forest road to get back on our way to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. Or we're hoping to be able to get a permit so we can camp on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. We'll see how all that goes.
Mind-boggling.
You can't even see the bottom from here. You see these flowers? Look how perfect they are. All right, we just finished exploring around the North Rim, the Grand Canyon, the official North Rim, and it's pretty impressive, pretty awesome. So now we are about to head out and explore some forest roads that lead down to the rim in National Forest Land, and hopefully we'll be able to camp right up on the edge tonight. So, yay!
With our jaws still on the floor, we left the boundaries of the national park and set off towards Kaibab National Forest, in search of more adventures and epic scenery. We've been told that Fences Point would deliver some stunning views of the North Rim, and to get there we needed to take a fairly simple dirt road. And it was pretty simple, save for all the fallen trees we had to skirt around. Alright, we seem to have encountered the tree across the road. I'm gonna look around it and see if there's a way around the tree so that we can keep going. Alright, there is a road. It's right here. Somebody's already done this a lot of times, it seems like. So Jessica's gonna do it. Here we go. Yeah, man, two fallen trees right next to each other.
One just couldn't stand to live without the other.
Romeo and Juliet, the trees. Another fallen tree. So we're going around this one as well.
We're some tree skirting fools.
But the effort was well worth it, because the camp spot we came upon was everything we'd been hoping for. I'm gonna walk ahead, well, I'm running actually, just to make sure that we can make it and see where this leads. Wow, wow, this is gorgeous. The edge of the Grand Canyon is right down here. Look at that. Holy cow! Holy cow! Wow, this is beautiful! Words like epic and amazing get thrown about to describe the most meaningless and menial of things in our everyday lives. Too often we water down what some linguists might call those words referent. Getting hammered drunk may be described as an epic night out with the squad. But I wouldn't take that kind of epic over the kind you feel when you stand in front of one of Earth's most precious wonders. Language simply can't convey the awe and finitude one feels when standing in front of something like the Grand Canyon. Oftentimes, the only way to really express how it feels is to scream at the top of your lungs into the void and hear it speak back to you. It serves as a reminder that you and the Earth are still a part of each other. We spent that night thinking quietly in the van, letting ourselves process what we'd seen that day and trying to understand with whatever finite level of comprehension we could muster just how small we are in this world, that we're here for too short a time, and that too much of it is spent doing things we could care less about than on the things that bring us a lasting sense of joy. As evidence, the following morning we had to leave our little piece of heaven to make it back to cell phone service for a meeting with one of our clients. So we made it out to the main road from the campsite in 45 minutes, which is pretty damn fast. We were fishtailing. It's pretty fun. We should enter the synchro into a drift competition, I feel like. So yeah, we made it. We're going to be way early to our meeting, which is totally fine because now we can eat breakfast beforehand and I can wash between my toes. That day we had a client meeting to hash out our work schedule for the summer. And then afterwards, we set off towards another part of the Grand Canyon. The area is known as Two Weep, and we were headed there to camp at a place called Toro Weep Point. What lay ahead of us there would become, for us, a time we would look back on and say that that moment in 2017 was the most quiet and still experience of our lives. We'll pick up here next time. Until then, live free and drive hard. Alright guys, I think that edit is done. Almost ready to upload to YouTube and serve up to you guys. If you liked what you saw, please hit that subscribe button below. We will be back with another episode really, really soon. See you then.